Hi everyone and welcome to the live demonstration video of the Teach Assist Program Builder application. Now, as you can see, this application sits within the side panel of a Word document. The first thing we're wanting to do after we log in is click Create Template. Here it will load the subjects that we have available. Next, you are wanting to fill out your details. For our example, we're going to make a kindergarten maths program. You do have the option to put in a composite grade or a stage class. Selecting early stage 1, we're going to do a 3-week program. In 2025, we would like 5 lessons per week, 45-minute lessons. Here we are wanting more than just the content, we're wanting the AI technology to create lessons for us. So we're going to unclick this button. You can also see here generated lesson topics. You might like to put in your class's special interests. Perhaps you're doing a certain topic across your class or across the grade. You can add in additional interests here. For differentiation, you can put in your additional needs students or those requiring extension. I'm going to select dyslexia so that there are some adjustments made for that. After you've filled in all your details and checked that they are correct, you're going to choose Select My Own Content. Here it will load the outcomes that are assigned to your school. We're going to go through the next 3 weeks and choose the outcomes that we would like. The first one we'd like to move through is non-spatial measure, so we would like to click that. Our first unit might be on maths, so we are wanting to have all of those outcomes here, and we'd like to cover them 5 times across the week. As you can see, this number here will indicate how many times you will complete that particular content descriptor in this program. This is fantastic for daily revision or number activities that need drilling or repetition. Once you've selected the outcomes that you would like for week 1, you're going to click Add to Week. And you can see that we are going to be covering these non-spatial measure outcomes 5 times per week. After you're happy with those, you can select Next Week. Now at the start of the week, I would like to revise the previous topic that we went through. So I'm going to also copy the selection from the last week. That way there will be some outcomes in week 2 that will direct the class back to content they've previously learned. Again, we're focusing on non-spatial measure. I might like to reduce the number of times that we cover that this week in our maths area, because this week we'd like to mostly focus on time. Again, I might like to select terms happening 3 times a week, sequencing events in time twice, and comparing the duration. We might like to cover that 5 days across the week. I'm going to add that to the week, and you can see that we have our revision outcomes and then our new outcomes being introduced as well. Once you're happy, you can select Next Week. This week we might like to copy previous selection. Because I have already revised these maths outcomes, I might leave them in for the moment so that we can continue to revise. We might reduce the revision work needed on our time area, and then we might move on to connecting days of the week in there as well. So I might start with just 1 day or 1 session focusing on 7 days in the week. We might need some revision on ordering the days, And then we also might like to cover identifying events that occur daily or at a particular time of the day a little more with our kindergarten class. Once you're happy with those outcomes and the content descriptors that you have selected, you're also going to add this to the week, and you can see we have our revision and our new content coming in here. Once you are happy with the selection that you've made, you can go back previous weeks and check if you've missed anything or you'd like to add something. As soon as you have completed the work here, you're going to set content by clicking this button. Now this can take a little while to load. You can see the start of the template being created, and soon we'll be able to see our lessons. Okay, so now that the program has been created, we can see at the top here it's added in all of our information, our time allocations. Our unit title and description can be written by the teacher. Here we have all of the outcomes listed. If we have chosen more than one outcome throughout our program, they would also be listed here. You have space for key learning ideas or core questions, your assessment, your adjustments and your resources. These can all be personalised to your school. Also school values, if you have a biblical framework or a faith-based framework that you work from, that can be added in here as well. Moving down to the lesson sequence, you can see that the lessons have been broken up across the week, determining how many lessons need to be taught that week. We can see that our learning objectives and our differentiation are here. For this first lesson, we're introducing the topic. You can see that there are also adjustments being made. Lesson 2, we can see it works through a similar structure. In lesson 3, we introduce some resources, and you can also see that the differentiation is working through here as well. Just having a look through, we've also got our special interests incorporated. We have our introduction, our direct comparison for hefting, identifying heavy and light, our prediction skills, and then our wrap up here as well. Jumping down to the next week, you can see week 2, we've switched over our content descriptors, and you've also got a similar introduction lesson taking place. Here we've got our listed resources, saving a lot of time for teachers, and you can see the continuation of this program. Here's another great lesson around comparing the duration of 2 events and sequencing. And scrolling back to the top where you can have another look at the layout. Thank you for watching our video.